Hey everyone, thanks for joining in to watch this video. This is going to be a behind the scenes production of Janitorial Services episode 42. At some point, the video will speed up, and so because the original length was an hour and 49 minutes, and so I'm just going to commentate throughout, and I may end just shortly before the video ends. There is a second video, and it will. I don't know when I will release that, but it'll be more of the inking and shading process. Of course, as you can tell, I've already done the sketching. And so this is really the final sort of touch-up penciling, if you can say that. And so I will at one point, try to record something from scratch so that you can see just the complete construction of an episode. And so right now I'm just panning to show you guys the script. I do not have the luxury of time to write out scripts and then draw, and so I try to do both at the same time just to create some form of efficiency. And so that was just me panning to the script to the left, and that's a whole separate layer. So when everything is finalized, I remove the layers that do not need to be on the final page. And then to the right, and the light blue, that's Heather. That's the drawing of her, and so I would occasionally go back to references just to make sure that I'm drawing the characters consistently. Dusty, I've been drawing him for 40 episodes, and even before that, just getting that character design down. So I'm very familiar with his character design. Occasionally I'll go to different episodes just to see, okay, is this watch on his right wrist or his left wrist? Because certain details like that I don't always remember. And so yes, like I said, this is pretty much finalized. They're sketched in red because I create two different layers. One layer for the background that's blue, and then a separate layer for the characters, so that way if I need to adjust or erase anything, that's when you're working digitally, you have those advantages. And so I try to maximize that as much as I possibly can. So as you can see now, the video, I've sped it up to 200%, and so that's approximately, I think, maybe 5 more minutes remaining. Okay, so here I'm creating the dialogue balloons, and those are also created on a separate layer, so that way I can position them the best way in the script. And so and if I feel like, hey, they're overlapping too much of the background, or they may be throwing off the balance of the characters, then I can adjust. See, like I just adjusted that background item, the pages on the wall, just to make sure everything just flows as smoothly as I possibly can. Those lines are just lines for me to register where I want to put shading and where light will hit. Of course, now I'm starting the inking, and I really don't have. Sometimes I start at top, bottom. Of course, if I was doing this traditionally, I probably may have started at top as well. That way, I work my way down, and I'm not smudging the inks. So Sometimes I'll draw through because this is a separate layer again. This is probably like ink layer 1, and again, with doing it digitally, I have the freedom to just draw wherever I want, but I still try to exercise the traditional way of drawing. Just that way, just keeps me honest, to not get too comfortable with the digital the digital I guess easiness of doing it digitally. So here you see in the background posted paper. I didn't draw straight through those, so that way I could just exercise my traditional discipline of because if I was doing this traditionally, I wouldn't draw through and draw over again. Although you can correct those with whiteout and all that stuff, but anyway. So I'm inking. Really no more to say than that. Of course, with the sketch, I don't always. I try to make my sketches tight, so that way when I'm inking, I'll ink exactly over the sketch. But there are certain times, like here, I was trying to work with this arm. I was trying to work with the foreshadowing. And I keep saying foreshadowing, and I don't know, foreshortening, I think it is. But anyway, I finally got to it, but I spent about like 5 minutes getting that arm just right to my liking. So I'm doing an inking, and I said, the other video is going to be more of shadow and shading, and so this is all just mostly line work with some shading of areas that it's just going to finalize the line work. The other video goes more into adding just more blocks of black and shadow and shade and background texture and stuff like that. So I think this is where I stepped away for a little bit. My wrist, it's still giving me issues. Not so much my wrist, but between like my thumb and my wrist, it's like a band. And so, but anyway. So here, of course, I just drew through my other layer because I can just easily erase. And so like I said, sometimes I just maximize the digital medium, and then other times I just try to keep myself honest. So here we go. Again, I think that was me looking to make sure, okay, is this keys on his left side? Or I think this time I want to make sure that if his watch is on his right hand or left hand, and if it is on the left, then I'll need to draw it in. Of course, you can see I sketch out even if it's out of the frame. I just do that so that way I just have the proper proportions that I want, although I may not use those. And so I just keep them in. Of course, once the inking is all done, I will hide those layers like briefly, like so. So I think that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.